Sony is back in the news. And
For all the right reasons.
For all the right reasons,
No,
everybody.
it's not right.
No, unfortunately, Sony, we've talked a little bit about how Sony had this whole live service plan that they were working on where, we're going to have 12 live service games running in the future. And
dude, they were
so
all
pumped. Gung-ho on this thing. And, we had Helldivers 2 last year. That was a freaking baller game, and it's so good, and we're still playing it. Then Concord happened, and then that, died. And just recently, Sony has canceled 2 more live service games. One was in development at Bend Studio, who made the game Days Gone. So that game, unfortunately, although I've heard it's really good, I just don't know why it didn't get received well. But just
I want to play it, but
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about downloading it again and giving it another chance, but I just haven't yet.
Did you get it free on the PlayStation Store?
Yeah. Well, remember, because it came out, it was one of those free games when you bought the PlayStation 5. You had that library you could get, and that was one of the games at the library of like 15, 20 games that came out on PS4. But yeah, so Days Gone, they were working on a game. We don't know what the game was. We just know at Bend Studio they were making a game. And then Bluepoint Games, who most recently did the Demon Souls remake, but they've been known historically for remakes of games, was working on a God of War live service game.
I wonder if they were working on the because God of War had a multiplayer game.
I didn't know that.
Did it?
Yeah, God of War Ascensions. It was it came out in 2021, 2022. Okay. But yeah, it had a multiplayer thing, which was pretty fun. But it kind of got stale after a while.
Was it just multiplayer, or was it added on?
No, it was just added on.
Game?
It was just added on to it.
It was back when they were all
create
doing
your own
stuff,
Spartan, and you go to a god that you praise to, like Poseidon, Zeus, or whoever, and you get special abilities from them and stuff like that. And it was just co-op. You can just run through and like beat up people and stuff. It was pretty fun. And I think there was actual PvP mode to it too. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm curious if Bluepoint was working on that game.
Like a remake of it? Well, they weren't doing a remake.
Well, I know, but they're known for the remake, so I'm curious if they were trying to take that part of the game, since it was God of War, and just turn it into
a full-blown game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. But whatever it was a live service, and it was going to come out at some point, and they were like, nope, we are canceling this. And they're not closing either studio, but we don't know what their next projects will be. But looking at just kind of like where the landscape has been with PlayStation over the years, 2022, Destiny acquired Bungie and wanted to have 12 live service games by the end of 2025. The number was reduced to 6, and 2 of those have since been canceled. Mentioned Concord, Firewalk closed last year. They've had layoffs at Bungie, and then Naughty Dog's PvP Last of Us game was canceled. They had a rumored Spider-Man online game, which we said sounded really cool.
Yep.
That got canceled. A live service Twisted Metal game was in the works, which sounds also really cool. Canceled. And a AAA third-person, or a AA third-person Destiny spinoff called Payback was also canceled.
Destiny spinoff?
Yes.
Oh.
So a lot has been canceled that hasn't seen the light of day, all in the live service realm. So all that we have left that is live service that PlayStation is supposedly putting money behind that hasn't canceled yet is Bungie's Marathon, which is an extraction shooter, which I'm concerned about a lot now because extraction shooters just aren't doing as well. They don't have the lifespan that Battle Royales had, so see where that goes. And then Haven Studios is working on a PV project alongside Helldivers 2 being the game that has been successful. And there was also rumors of a Horizon co-op game and an MMO in the Horizon universe. So a lot of stuff that could still come, but we're in a really tough place right now at PlayStation. And it seems like they're definitely backtracking on their live service future.
Very positive.
Yeah.
Well, they were like at the tail end of it, basically. They were like, oh, yeah. Everyone was like, yeah, we're going to do live service. We're going all in. And the PlayStation's like, oh, yeah, we should do that too. We're going to do live service, guys.
And then PlayStation Plus on you got to get PlayStation Plus to play on the computer. You got to we have Concord and all that stuff happened, and it just fucking ruined it all.
Yep.
So.
Yep. It's unfortunate. And it's interesting because it's like, doesn't seem like it's not that they were doing anything wrong. Like again, we talk about Concord. I don't think, there was some really noticeable misses with Concord and just the design of the characters and things like that. But it wasn't like it was a terrible game.
No.
And the fact that it did get pulled that quickly was very surprising to me. And then, Destiny's been super successful. And then, but like the fact that they're closing some of these games before they even come out is kind of surprising to me. It's like, I don't know. I would love to know what the conversation's like inside Sony that leads him to, I mean, obviously Concord's probably a big one because that was an expensive ass project that just like gone, So it's kind of tough. But, going back to that podcast I was listening to at the former president of PlayStation, he was one that greenlit a lot of games, but he mentioned that, as much as people talk about how good PlayStation was during the PS4 era and stuff like that, he was like, what people don't know is how many games that I canceled. Like he said that the amount of games that he canceled, like there's so many games that come out that they've done that are successful, but there's like way more that people never see the light of day of because of things like this. And it's such a sad state of the industry in that, like, I cannot imagine working on a game for 4 years. Like every single day of your life for 4 years is building something for it never to be seen by anybody.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
It's one of those things you just kind of have to just like, I'm here to work. Don't get attached. But then you kind of need to be attached so you love what you're doing. You love the things that you're making.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to do some weird mental gymnastics.
And then like there's so much riding on like the success of said thing. It's like Grand Theft Auto 6. Like imagine if that came out and was a Concord failure. Like it just like would be nuts, Like what are the decisions that you're making at every step of the way to make sure that what you're doing is the right decision, to come out and like people will love it, It's kind of insane. So yeah, I mean, do you think PlayStation's ever going to revisit this strategy at all, or do you think they're just like done? They're like moving on?
I personally think they're done.
Yeah.
That's like my own opinion. After the whole debacle with Concord and they were riding on that, and how, because I can imagine they were planning on making money on it if it lasted.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And them to just pull it.
Riding on the wall.
Yeah. I
What's
think
gonna work out.
I think they're done.
I think with Helldivers, they'll continue to move forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, they would have multiplayer, and it would be tied to like a single player game. It's just like something added on.
Yep.
But nowadays, no one wants to do that. They're like, well, we can sell skins and we can do this, so it just needs to be its own entity, its own game, blah blah blah. And it's just like, well,
Multiple SKUs.
My whole thing, I think they would have made a lot more money if they came out with The Last of Us, the PvP, right? And then also the Spider-Man one. I think those two properties, even though Naughty Dog has like a PvP element in Uncharted, and I don't think it did well. I think that's what they're looking at as well. But I think the Spider-Man one alone,
that'd be cool.
Be outstanding. And then they got to look within their properties they have now. So like Horizon coming out with a multiplayer, that'll be fucking fun.
Yeah.
And then Little Big Planet, Sackboy. I just thought about this. Have a Mario Party, but Sackboys. And you can just play a board game with Sackboys and have mini games.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Or, I mean, I'd rather see that with Astrobot.
Yeah. Astrobot too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can do all the PlayStation characters and just do
God
a
of War one. Like the little crate, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, it's like,
Well, I don't know if they would find such a. They're trying to like find the mass audience, and definitely Concord was what they thought was going to really just take off. Obviously, it didn't, and I don't know if I know Astrobot got Game of the Year, but you have to have a PlayStation to play it, so that could be a problem. And eventually, it's probably going to go to PC.
Yeah. I've heard that they've made a lot of money with that decision to push everything to PC.
Oh yeah,
it's like
definitely.
their money making, like that's the standard now.
Yes.
That same president guy was like, yeah, when we started putting those on PC, it was just like huge change for us.
People want to play that.
Maybe that's what they need to do is start moving stuff to PC.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it would be beneficial for them to be like day in. I mean, but the hard part is like, how does that impact their consoles? Because I was listening to somebody talk about today of like, Xbox has made a definitive strategy that pushing consoles is not their goal anymore.
Yeah.
Their goal is Xbox. Anything's an Xbox. Your phone's an Xbox. Your iPad's an Xbox. Whatever, But PlayStation does make money off of their PlayStations. I think, not at the beginning, but I think there is some value there in having the hardware. So it's like if they release PlayStation games day and day, PlayStation and PC, is that going to hurt them in any way? I wouldn't think it would, but it actually they would lose money because of the fact that they have to give Steam a portion of that
of the revenue.
Whereas if they release it on
That's
PlayStation,
when they just do what they're doing now. Just wait a couple of years and be like, oh, it's coming to PC now.
Yeah.
Get that extra bit of moolah.
Yeah.
Because what they just now released, they're about to release The Last of Us Part 2 on PC.
They already released it.
Didn't they?
Or maybe
I
not.
think it was during the Game Awards. They said it's out on PC now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So on your last statement, so PlayStation historically has sold consoles at or below cost to attract customers, but PlayStation 5, as of August 2021, Sony confirmed the baseline $499 PS5 model is no longer sold at a loss.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there's that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's
so
good to
the
know.
PS4 was sold at a loss initially, but became profitable around 6 months after its launch in 2013.
Yeah. So just taking a while to make their money back from the production, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, I could see a future where PlayStation's like, we just make games now, but it's like, you're not really making games right now. Like, obviously, there's more games coming up, but I felt like there's always been a good trickle of games from PlayStation for the most part.
Well, this is their first time running into that kind of, Xbox is a reoccurring struggle with them. I mean, I haven't seen like a solid Xbox game in a hot minute. You know what I mean?
Call of Duty, bro.
I mean,
Outer
Worlds, I guess.
You know, they bought
Outer
it,
Worlds, yeah. But like,
But even that they bought, it's just
it's like all these.
that's the hard thing. It's like they've bought their success, which is kind of unfortunate. It's like PlayStation, yes, they bought these studios, but we've seen success as PlayStation Studios, and we have yet to fully see the fruits of Xbox's labor because the Outer Worlds was successful was pre-acquisition.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty Black Ops is post-acquisition. The benefit of that is that we get on Game Pass, but it's just like they haven't had an Xbox success since Sea of Thieves. Halo Infinite, I guess maybe it was a success, but I don't know. I mean, even I've heard what was the game that just recently came out? Stalker was pretty good.
Oh yeah, is Stalker 2, right?
Yeah, Stalker 2, yeah. But that was the last. I mean, that's a big, title, in that regard. But I didn't get as much commercial success, I feel like, as it probably should have,
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
I wonder if the problem is for Xbox and PlayStation is that people just have more access to other games. So before we're kind of like pigeonholed, and it's like, well, if you have an Xbox, you're just getting Xbox games.
Yeah.
If you have PlayStation, you're just getting PlayStation
games.
Well, if you have PC, you can get a lot more different games. But back in the day, you didn't have a lot of people putting those indie games out as fast as they do now. And that's why we're seeing a lot of indie games come out, like Pal World, stuff like that. It's just like, whoa.
But then you also got to think about the pricing, right? It's cheaper to buy either a PlayStation or an Xbox.
That's true.
So, I mean, and then all the upkeep for a PC is...
That's true. That's true.
So, that's why I stuck with consoles for the longest time.
Right.
So...
I mean, that is I feel like, I've heard different things that the games for these exclusive games for each console or platform is not like the driving force behind sales and stuff. But I just don't see how it couldn't be.
True.
I have not done the research. Other people have, apparently. But I just if you just have a consistent, drip of exclusive titles, aren't games as a service, I think, because Helldivers is on PC too. So, it's not an Xbox exclusive, but it did. The IP came from, PlayStation. The IP did come from PlayStation. 2018 was a great year. It was a great year to have a PlayStation. I think a lot of people bought a console just to play Spider-Man, God of War, all these other games. I forgot what else came out. Red Dead came out that year. But I think that was it all.
Yeah. But still, you're right. What helps sells their consoles is these games that we fucking really love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nintendo, I want to play Zelda. I want to play the latest Zelda. Well, I gotta get Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that Xbox has definitely pushed away from that so much, and I'm just curious to see if this volume strategy of the Game Pass is helping them. I mean, I love Game Pass just because it gives me access to a lot of games, but like
I stopped it.
I don't look at it as like with PlayStation. Historically, they're always giving us. And apparently they came out, I guess, back in August of last year and said they are now committed to aiming to continuously release hit titles, which I think is their basically weird way of saying like we're not doing this anymore with live server. Like we're going to look at a couple times a year. We're going to bring out bangers.
That's what they need to focus in on.
And like that's I think is going to work for them. It's like we get Death Stranding 2 and Intergalactic in 1 year. Like that keeps you going. It's
going to push us. It's going to push good games back like 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah,
if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So we won't even see the fruits of this statement for a while. There's some games coming out because it's already been in the works, and it's like okay, we haven't seen like that good drip feed of awesome PlayStation content.
Well, because they went this route. They went this route, realized it's not working. We're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. That's what sucks about gaming is that it takes time to rebound.
So much time. Yeah. I mean, we did have, I know there was, we're not unified here as far as like Spider-Man 2 being like the hit success, or whatever. But I think it was a good game. It wasn't Spider-Man 1, but it was, it was definitely a good game.
It's kind of hard to recapture that moment of Spider-Man 1.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it really is.
Super hard.
Although I do have fond memories of Miles Morales. I feel like that was
very
oh
good.
yeah, that one was good. Yeah,
as
Good
ironic as that
story.
was, yeah.
$40 or
I would
$30.
love to see them do more of that strategy where it's like they bring out a big, huge bomb ass title and they bring out like the Uncharted 4 to Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yes.
That Lost Legacy was such a good package. They didn't have to do all. I mean, it was. I like that better than like, hey, let's release a multiplayer version of this. Or honestly, going back to, I would love to see if it was a successful decision for them, but Ghost of Tsushima being such a badass game that it was, and then however many months later, Legends just drop in. That like micro
Legends,
multiplayer experience. That's a better strategy to me, and I wish like Last of Us had done something like that, where it's like, here's this little piece that's going to keep you going for 3 to 4 months. But like that extended the lifespan of that game that was starting to fall off as far as people going to other games, and brought us back in to play that shit like to push us from 50 hours of playing that game to like 150 hours because of that new addition. The little DLC updates that's like free, but maybe throw in $10 cost for there if you want to. I mean, the fact that Legends was free was crazy to me, but
Yeah.
it was so good,
Yeah, we
and
came
it
back to
probably
that game.
sold
It
more
worked out.
titles,
I think they can make that game into a solo game. Legends.
Oh,
but like,
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think they can.
And see, that's how you experiment. It's like, hey, we're going to give you this thing either for free or for something, a little cash.
yeah,
See how people react.
Yeah. See the numbers. See how many people are playing that game just because we dropped this DLC. We should come out with a full game of this.
I mean, yeah, like
The Legends.
give
of
me a
Ghost.
full game of Legends online multiplayer. I'd buy it.
yeah.
The Spider-Man online co-op would have been awesome.
They would have made so much money, especially with like the fucking cosmetics alone.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, weren't we talking about like the 1v4 or 5 or something? Like someone plays the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like
dang
it, what's that game called? They've done it
a lot of
before.
games.
Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve,
something like that.
or what's the one Travis likes to play?
Oh,
yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, it could be something like that, where it's like one person plays the bad guy and everyone else plays the heroes. Like I think that would have been. I mean, I don't know how well that'd work out in the end, but it's a good concept. I have a list of stuff I think PlayStation could revisit right now:
Okay.
Infamous, Killzone, Ratchet and Clank,
Wait, slow down. Hang on, one processes. Infamous, Killzone,
Ratchet and Clank.
They already got Ratchet and Clank. They came out with a new one right when the PlayStation 5 dropped.
Yeah, we need a new one.
Oh, we need another one. You want another one? Okay.
Yeah, like, let's
All
keep
right,
this
let's keep it
train
going.
going.
I got it.
Resistance. That's kind of old at this point.
Yeah.
SOCOM. Maybe. I mean, obviously, we're
SOCOM
probably
would be
getting
cool,
another-
but I am curious to know if that would. I was hearing somebody talk about that one day, and it's like I don't know if that would have the same staying power as like bringing back an old like. If you brought back Prince of Persia, people are gonna lose their shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
They were supposed to do the remake.
But SOCOM, I don't know. I don't know if that one has the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
iteration.
they'd probably have to update it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do. I wasn't personally like a big fan of it, but I know a lot of my friends back in the day
Yeah.
were huge fans of SOCOM.
Yeah.
So I just put that one in there. Obviously, I think there's another Spider-Man coming at some point. Like you said, Bloodborne would be a great one. Like we need Bloodborne 2. Detroit Become Human. I think they could do something else with that.
I would actually love to see that. Well, they are working on that Star Wars Eclipse. That's their next game.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So that team is working on something new, and that probably will be cool, I hope.
Okay. And then Siphon Filter, which I didn't really play much of, but I heard it was big.
I think I played that one.
I heard of that one.
I'd like to see another Killzone, but what's the kill? Oh, that's the Horizon studio now. So they're like all in on Horizon. So I don't know if they, but I would like them to go because Killzone Shadowfall. Did y'all play that on the PlayStation 4? That was a really good game. It was short, but it was a really, really cool. That was the first Killzone I like really dove into, and I was like, this. It was solid. Yeah, there's a lot. I'll be really curious to see what Bluepoint does next, knowing that they couldn't do God of War anymore, because they've done a good job with their like remakes and stuff like that. And I want to see Ben do something. So Ben Studio, actually, Siphon Filter is Ben Studio. So Day to Day's gone. They did Resistance as well, which is interesting.
Oh, nice.
So, or the Resistance game I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
I was listening to somebody talk about who's the studio that made Little Big Planet?
Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
Looking it up right now.
Media Molecule. That's
Media
who it was.
Molecule.
So, they did Little Big Planet, and they did Tearaway, which is a really cool game. I actually played that on PlayStation Plus one time. And then Dreams was their last game, which I thought was a great idea, but I just think couldn't capture the audience right. I think it was just a little too complex of an idea to sell.
Yeah.
But like, should they go back to Little Big Planet 4 or whatever? Or?
I mean, I know Little Big Planet is definitely almost a staple PlayStation game at this point.
True.
Why not? I mean, what do they have to lose?
Yeah.
Prince of Persia remake 2026.
Yeah.
Got pushed back.
Yeah, and I don't think. I don't know. I feel like, well, I mean, the film industry has like gone away from, new IP stuff. Like they don't invest in that as much as they used to back in the day, and now it's just like, remake and we're gonna redo this again. We're gonna make the live action of this cartoon from back in the day. And I feel like because of that, it has slowly like filtered into everything else. And I mean, I don't know. Not to say that PlayStation or Xbox won't expand and try to do something new. I mean, Xbox is doing something new now with other studios that they've bought. But I just feel like finding those new IPs that are going to be big is just harder than ever, I guess. And I don't know if that's because of us or it's a little bit because of PlayStation and us.
Yeah.
Do they want to spend the money to like potentially? I mean, look at Concord. Well, how much did they lose? $200 million or?
Well, I don't remember, but yeah, probably
it's a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, I mean, Naughty Dog's coming out with their new IP. So
it's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
So,
what was the game I was looking at here? There was one studio. Oh, so what I really want them to do, this is an unpopular opinion, but I think it would do bangers for these guys.
I swear to God.
You're going to love this.
No.
So Polyphony Digital is the one that makes Gran Turismo. I want them to turn Gran Turismo, do a Forza Horizon of the Gran Turismo franchise. I think that would sell like hotcakes.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But tell me what's your play?
I mean, they already have Forza and Horizon.
But that's an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, I thought it was cross platforms for some reason.
I mean, it's on PC, but yeah.
Oh, it's on PC.
They don't have their own, so
turn Gran Turismo into that.
Yeah, because we have Crew Motorfest, which is done by Ubisoft, but I think they have like the Polyphony Digital does a really, really good job with Gran Turismo, and the game looks beautiful every time it drops and stuff like that. But to see them take that and build it into like an open world, more casual kind of focus audience,
I feel like then you'll lose like, I don't know. I feel like you'll lose the whole point of Gran Turismo then.
Yeah. So
well, it doesn't have to be Gran Turismo. It just needs to be. It can be a brand new IP.
Oh, just a brand new IP with that same thing, but on PlayStation.
Because Xbox has built a model where like, I mean, they have two different studios working on it.
Yeah.
But they have team. I forgot who they're called. There's two different teams. The team that does Forza Horizon is working on Fable right now, but they go back and forth, and they have a Forza Motorsport, which is their equivalent of Gran Turismo, and then they have Forza Horizon come out like 2 years later. So like it's on a 4-year cycle where every team has 4 years to build their game, but it goes from like more simulation focused to then arcade racer to simulation. Build that thing on a PlayStation platform, banger. That would do so well.
I agree with you. Okay. No, I can see that.
Yeah. And then who else did I see that hasn't brought anything? Oh, here's who we're going to hear an announcement from this year.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, a prediction? Or
Well, I don't know, but I know this is coming. This is a prediction, yes.
Okay.
What they're going to do, I don't know yet.
Okay.
The last Housemarque Games has not made a game since Returnal. They did Returnal. They did Resogun. They're next up to be a PlayStation studio to bring out something
Returnal
big
2.
and cool. I'm curious if they'll do Returnal 2. I was wondering about that.
I think they're going to hold off on Returnal 2
I'd like
until
them to
the
do something different.
New PlayStation comes out.
Yeah. But they haven't. I mean,
Returnal came out right when the PlayStation.
When did the
came out.
PlayStation come out? 2020?
I think so.
It's been 4 years. They're ready. They're ready, man. This year they're going to announce something, and it's going to come out this year. It's my guess.
So the gamer said 3 years later, and Returnal is still the best PS5 exclusive.
It is. It's that's something. We need to jump back in because there's co-op. It's just so hard. Yeah, it's co-op.
But is it like 2-player co-op?
Yeah, 2-player co-op.
Oh, that's
It's just so hard.
It's so fucking hard.
It was good, but it was hard.
yeah, I remember us reviewing that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only other one I have that would like be big to come out and do something cool.
I mean, it'd be like Ratchet and Clank. Like, I feel like every iteration of PlayStation is going to get a Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
If they don't, like, I feel like they're just, they need to. Like, it was great.
Rift Apart was really good, but it's super short.
Ripped apart.
Rift.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
Was it?
12 hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was 12
super
hours
short.
long.
It was
I
fun
feel like
though.
it took forever.
It was beautiful. It was so good. But yeah, they have a lot more studios though that don't have stuff that we know is in the works. You know, so there's 2 or 3 of them right now that haven't announced what they're working on currently. Aside from the ones that we just talked about, Ben Studio and Bluepoint Games. Like, you know, I just mentioned. I mean, Polyphony Digital. Last one was Gran Turismo, and that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Housemarque hasn't announced anything new. And there was one more in here that I was seeing that hasn't announced anything new in a little while. Well, Media Molecule. So those 3 studios are PlayStation studios that don't have. We don't know what they're doing. You know. So the future is pretty bright. If they are ending this live service thing and they're just going all in on like building like good badass games again, we got Ghost of the Yotai this year. I say Death Stranding is, but it's not really. It's not a PlayStation studio. It's just adjacent to.
Yeah.
But we have that. We have Intergalactic coming out at some point. Marvel's Wolverine will be out according to you this year. So
This year, baby.
We'll see if it happens.
This year.
Oh man. And I want that Fair Games from Haven Studio to work well, but I think that's gonna bomb. That's not gonna do well. Remember that artsy looking colorful game that's from the original creator of Assassin's Creed, working on a shooter game that's like money's flying out and stuff, kind of like Finals actually.
Yeah.
But it's like I think it's a heist game that they announced. It's got Fair Games, but the S is a $. Remember that game?
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. Anyway, it's a game that they're working on. That's one of their live service games, and I don't think it's going to do very well. We'll see, but
Oh, I remember now.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember now.
yeah. You remember?
I remember.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I don't know, man. I didn't think I'd ever see PlayStation in the dumps like it is
know,
right
right?
now. And we even bring up how the PlayStation 5 Pro, it just sucks.
Well, let's talk about
Well,
it.
it's not doing good
Not doing
Yeah.
at all.
Get
Like,
that.
Yeah.
And this fucking shit of a game, Fairy Games. My land.
I like the art style stuff going on here, but I feel like it's just gonna be stupid.
Another games as a service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Is
I'd
this
rather
Gen
play
Z
the finals.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
to be honest, just
Finals
looking at it.
Great.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's basically the finals. But
I was
for
having fun with
PlayStation.
finals last night.
I
Yeah.
can't believe you.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Finals is bomb.
We had some bad teammates, but
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
But
we're
we
kicking
won
ass.
some stuff. Though.
we
It was
won some
great.
stuff.
Nice.
especially like last minute winning fucking gets me going. Just
Those
man,
clinch moments, man. That's the
just
magic of
dopamine, just straight to my brain. Just
that is the magic of multiplayer I've learned. Because both Rivals in the finals has it, where it's just like down the wire, you may be about to lose, and then something happens, and you come out and just like pull out a win, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, we!" And
I'm really enjoying Rivals. Like I'm playing. I played Punisher last night. And I was getting some kills. I don't know if they improved him or anything in any way.
I think he got like a minor buff. I could be wrong.
Man, I was doing some work with him. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I feel good."
Yeah.
So now I got 2 characters I like playing as. So.
Yeah, it's a good game, man. Well, cool. Anything else y'all want to add about PlayStation's live service future? What do you think they'll do?
Just stop.
Yeah. But
what if you got Helldivers?
But what if they got another Helldivers they're working on?
Helldivers is great.
I know. What if they got another one in the
Helldivers 2
is
just
to stop it right
Helldivers 2 is going to turn into Helldivers 3. So I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
I'll be good with that game for years.
Yeah.
And years.
I need to play it with y'all again.
We need to jump back into it. I'm fucking itching to play it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brett.
Played a year. It's been good,
We didn't even do a tournament last night.
I know.
I was so pissed.
Dude, we were sitting at, it was 10:55, and I was about to be like, "Hey Jason, you want to go play Rocket League?" And then I was like, "Nah, we're like feeling it right now."
Yeah, we were feeling it. I would have told you no, to be honest, because I was really feeling it.
There's 5 people online.
Anyway,
great. Yeah. Anyway,
PlayStation. They're in the dumps. What are we gonna do? What are they gonna do? Who knows?
what are they gonna do?
6 years from now, we'll find out.
I think I'm really glad that they've recognized that this was a bad idea. I wish it was a less expensive bad idea that they recognized, but I'm hopeful that they go back to what they're good at, and like supporting these teams to make really good badass single player experiences. Throw some bonus multiplayer content in there if you want, but like give us some really good deep stories with some great graphics and great gameplay and uniqueness. It'll be good. So there we have it. Yeah. Looking forward to Ghost of Yotai this year.
Woo!
Marvel Wolverine this year with an asterisk.
Woo!
No, it's Monster Hunter Wilds. Come on, y'all.
Oh yeah, that's coming
That's
out.
what we're excited about. Like next month.
That's
Next
crazy.
month.
It's so soon.
I know.
What are y'all
I think it's
getting
next
it
month.
on?
I'll probably get it on PC.
PC?
Yeah.
I wonder, is it cross-platform? We'll have to see if it's
I
cross-platform.
want to be able to play it anywhere, and if I do it on my PlayStation,
That's true. Yeah.
like Helldivers is already reserved for my PlayStation.
Okay, what are you getting it on?
Well, it depends if it's cross-platform or not.
I don't think it
Monster
is.
Hunter.
I don't see it
thought it
being, but
was.
maybe.